C8 Corvettes are simply not selling across the country. Now, a lot of people don't have a lot of money right now. The economy is kind of stagnant, it's not doing so great. But to be honest with you, there's something bigger at play for car enthusiasts and people who like to modify their cars, who like to tune them. I'm going to tell you why these cars aren't selling to those specific groups of people. So first, let's go over how many Corvettes are on sale in the country, and it's over 5,000. 5,531 to be exact. These are all C8 Corvettes, whether they're new or they're used. First, let's look at the prices and see what you can get. Now, I will say that it is important to remember the interest rates for newer cars have been going down. So buying an older car won't have as good of an interest rate as buying a newer one, and I will get to that in a second. But there's some pretty clean examples across the country as long as they are clean title. Okay, these are all clean title, no accidents. Okay. 30,000 miles seems a little high. 14.8, 22, like $56,000 for 20,000 miles, a 1LT. I don't think that cuts it. 55,000 miles, 33,000 for a 2LT, 53, 47. So sure, there are a bunch of older cars, but let's go to 2024. This is where it makes the most sense, and I will tell you why. Why not pick up a 2024 for just a little bit more money, but you get more for what you pay for? One of the big things before we get into the performance stuff is the visibility out this car isn't that great, right? I think we can all agree, we all know at this point that visibility out the rear using the rear view mirror is not that great. I mean, let's see if we can get perhaps a photo of the rearview mirror. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, you have to go and look through this little area in the back, and if you have a big wing, your rearview mirror is kind of blocked by that wing. You can't see as much. But with the 2024s and up, and it's actually sad that they don't show this, the rearview mirror is a camera and you have full view of your rear with a 2024. That comes as standard with a 2024 versus a 2020 and up to a 2023 1LT. 1LTs come standard with the electronic rear view mirror, and that is huge. There you go. That is huge. So looking out the back is no longer an issue. I do believe blind spot monitoring is also a 100% guaranteed thing. So buying a 2024 over the other models, if you just want a 1LT, makes sense. You get more for your money for not that much money. And look at this car. It has 2,600 miles on it, and it's just under 60K. Okay? Now, mind you, it's worth mentioning that over 4,100 C8 Corvettes are 2024s and up. No one is buying them, whether that's used or new. Which brings me to the reason why car enthusiasts, people who like to modify their cars, aren't buying these. Paragon Performance. They're located in Iowa. They're one of the best performance shops, you name it, for the C8 Corvettes in general. So if we go to a Stingray and we go to tuning, say you want to tune your car, we're going to go ahead and click on the C8 Corvette Stingray LT2 bolt-on tune. Okay? Usually people do full bolt-on E85 tunes. That's very common for cars that don't go forced induction. So first things first, it's starting at 550 bucks. ECM unlock, so the computer unlock. Is it unlocked already? No. I need to unlock and get the credits. $1,900. So just to already tune the car from them and get it unlocked, we're looking at $2,450. Now, do you have the device to do it? No. 400 extra more dollars. Choose the fuel. Well, we want to do 93 and E85, right? If you have it in your area. Even if you don't have it and you just do 93, it is free. It is included in the base tune. But let's do 93 and E85 in case you want to get spicy. Extra 200 bucks. Yes, I'd like my ECU shipped the next business day, an extra 100 bucks. So just to tune your vehicle with the fuels that you want to use, in this case 93 and 85, it is $3,150. That's not including the parts to go full bolt-on, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're here at the exhaust. We click on the headers. The cheapest header option is the Cook's headers at $1,510. And Cook's is a really good brand, so it doesn't make sense to go with anything else. Cook's is fine. Go back to the exhaust catalytic converters. If you want to go high flow, they're extremely expensive. $1937. Honestly, having catalytic converters, I would just do off-road and use the car for off-road use. You know what I'm talking about. Now, catback exhaust. This is actually crazy. We'll do valved exhaust so we can control it. The cheapest valved exhaust looks to be $2,500. Look at the amount of metal being used here, the materials. This is nowhere near like a catback exhaust on any other vehicle on the planet. There's way more materials used there, but for some reason, the bending and the engineering, I guess, means this is more expensive. I call it baloney, but yeah, look how much these catback exhausts are. That's crazy. Now, if we go back to, let's say, the intake. Now, one thing that's funny is an intake or a cold air intake on these does produce horsepower. It does. But you're looking at, oh man, there's a nice intake manifold that can up the power. $600, $900 is what you're looking at for a cold air intake. I hope you're keeping track, because I ain't. And then if you want to go forced induction, guys, it's $20,000. So in this case, getting a C8 Corvette, the base model, the first model, doesn't make sense from a performance enthusiast standpoint. Now, before anyone says anything else, or if you've even made it this far, no, the C8's not a bad car. It's a fantastic road car. It's a fantastic weekend car. It's a fantastic travel car. People travel across the country in these. I'm not saying it's a poor car. Absolutely not. I'm just telling you why performance enthusiasts aren't harking to this car, aren't buying this car, because it's too expensive to pay to play. Everything's expensive when it's pay to play, but this is substantially ridiculous. And it's just the way the market's been set. If you want a C8 and do a full bolt on 85, I would save up your money and go with the C8 E-Ray. Not only are you starting with a bunch of horsepower off the bat with battery assistance and a all-wheel drive, which it adds even more performance, adding the extra full bolt on 85 is probably going to give you a low 10-second, if not a high 9-second car. So spending this extra money to go full bolt on E85, which is going to be what? Just doing the numbers, $3,000 to tune it, right? And then exhaust, it's probably $6,000. That return to get a fast C8 Corvette that way, in this case an E-Rate, makes sense. Or just get the C8 Z06, do some minor bolt-ons, and it'll just be, it's already a sick car. You make it a little bit sicker, throw an exhaust on it, you're good to go, you're done, right? So honestly, I firmly believe, because of the barrier to entry and the cost to entry to modify a C8 Corvette is so high, that is why you're seeing these. And there are plenty of other vehicles now that you can get access to, the BMWs, things like that, where it's just downpipe tune. The cost of the car might be a little higher, but the cost after the fact is extremely low. And BMW is just one example. The Mustang is out. You can also do anything you want to that thing. You can make it insanely powerful. There are just a lot of other vehicles people can go to not only have them still be reliable, but make gobs of power for a lot cheaper. So if you're wanting a C8 Corvette, I don't advise going the tuning route and things like that. It just doesn't make sense. Get it because you like it. Get it because it's a fun car. But don't expect it to beat the world when you throw some money at it, and especially a lot of money. I'd look at the higher trims, the E-Ray, the C8 Z06, and have a really good time with that. Otherwise, if you're wanting to really have a lot more performance bargain for your money, look at other vehicles. So I'm curious to know what you guys think, and if you agree that this is why a lot of performance enthusiasts aren't going after these cars. I'd like to hear your comments in the comment section down below. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. That's it with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.